Can everyone see me? Can you all hear me? Hi there. So I was thinking, you know how dangerous that can be. Christmas is a time of love, joy, family, warmth, goodwill, and peace all around, which is precisely why I'm going to be doing the exact opposite today. So I was searching around ye old internet trying to find certain disturbing cards to send to people at Christmas that'll leave people scratching their heads. And I thought I'd take you on this journey with me today and show you some of what I found. Now, very few of these cards are going to be postmodern. Most of what Google presented me with was Victorian era Christmas cards. You see, during the Victorian era, postage became very competitive, ergo cheaper. So some companies decided to go into the greeting card business. And back then, the visuals of Christmas to which we associate today didn't really exist back then. For example, Santa might have existed, but he wasn't really a big deal. And Christmas trees didn't really become popular until Queen Victoria's 45th Christmas party, when she had a Christmas tree delivered as a conversation piece. So the legend goes. Don't quote me on this. Instead, the greeting card businesses went a little random with what they associate with the holidays mostly. I mean, some of them are very Christmas relevant. Others, but y'all ain't here for a history lesson. Oh no, we are here to get extra creepy. I'm gonna start with a few postmodern ones so that we can get those out of the way before we get to the real juicy Victorian era stuff. One of my favorite greeting card creators is called Noble Artists, and they have a collection of Christmas greeting cards called Season's Grim Things. It's a horror-esque take on season's greetings, and they really do show that in the cards. It's Rudolph's severed head on a plaque hanging on some dude's wall, and it's totally decked out for Christmas. I can see a candy cane hanging from his antlers, and all the Christmas ornaments. His eyes are still open. It's almost as if he's still alive, judging your very living existence. Also, it looks like a picture of Santa with Rudolph on the mantle. Wait, why would this guy have a picture of Santa with Rudolph on the mantle? Oh my god, is this Santa's house? Did Santa murder Rudolph? What the heck? No more foggy Christmas nights, Rudolph. That is so messed up and disturbing, and I like it. Also in this collection, I found a snowman, and this might not be relevant to anybody else, but all over my Facebook newsfeed, there is this ad for Coors Light that shows this disfigured snowman wandering around, looking for beer, I guess. I never really paid too much attention to the commercial, but the snowman in that ad looks almost exactly like the snowman in this Season's Grim Things collection. This is probably like a year or more ago because it says all of these Season's Grim Things cards are out of stock, but I thought that was kind of cool. You can still find these images on Google, I guess, and just send them to your friends that way. Here is another Christmas card that I find particularly disturbing. Merry Christmas, 2013. Yeah, this picture really makes me feel uncomfortable. But you gotta admit, that's a pretty fleek face swap for 2013. I don't know, did face swapping apps exist back in 2013? I live under a rock, you guys. Rock and roll. Here's another Christmas card that I personally do not find creepy or disturbing. However, I can understand somebody else who doesn't understand the cultural reference might find this a little disturbing if they find it in the mail. It is a skeleton horse Christmas card, and it says, Merry Christmas. For those of you who are confused, let me introduce you to the Welsh tradition of Mary Lwyd, or as it's pronounced in Wales, Vare Lwyd. She is a skeleton horse, or more technically a horse's skull on a stick, adorned with ceremonial cloth, beads, and sometimes festive ribbons. Puppeteered by a lead caroler, who gathers a whole bunch of their mates to form a merry band of carolers. Vare Lwyd leads them door to door to challenge their fellow neighbors to a battle o' rhymes. The residents then must argue in rhyme reasons as to why Vare Lwyd cannot enter their home. If they lose, Vare Lwyd and her merry band of carolers travelers get to go inside the house and raid their stash of booze. That's how the Welsh do it. Okay, now we're getting into the Victorian era Christmas cards, and there are a lot of them. So we'll try and get through this together. Now keep in mind, some of these cards may look incredibly random to us, but they do have some cultural significance that I am unable to absorb at this current moment because all the people who made these vintage cards are dead. So you'll have to be patient with me, and I will convey to you what they symbolize to me. This first one here is, I don't know, a woman with a bird head supposedly screaming and trying to defend herself against Christmas pudding with an alien body. I think it's an alien. Those fingers aren't human. And she is trying to defend herself with the saucepan cover. And the caption reads, "Done to a turn, ma'am." Or is it mom? Because you know how they pronounce stuff in England. I don't know. To be perfectly honest, I'm more scared of the bird-headed woman than I am of the living Christmas pudding with an alien body. He just looks so polite in this picture. I don't quite understand what the problem is here. He's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, I am done." And she's just like, get back, you beast." I've got nothing more to say about this one. This one is a bit disturbing, at least to me. This was one of the first ones I ever found. A bunch of Christmas ornaments. One of them is a luthier trying to impress his love interest. He somehow employed the rest of the ornaments to sing along with him, but they don't look too happy about it. I like the face of the candle in the background. He's like, "Yes, do it." I don't know what context this is supposed to convey. Also, the star ornament, why does his mouth look like an ass? At least the girl seems impressed. I found another greeting card that's similar, but everybody seems to be experiencing the exact opposite emotions here. The first thing I obviously noticed is the candle. This one looks a lot less impressed than the last one. A man and a woman ornament making out, or at least attempting to, and these two ornaments looking on with lustful arousal. And the couple just looks extremely concerned that everybody is looking at them like that. Most awkward first kiss ever. I don't know who is handing these cards out to who. These ornaments are very turned on. I didn't expect this video to go in as saucy a direction as it has, but whoops. And the sauce just continues. Here we have an apple ornament kissing a candle this time. Well, the apple seems to be enjoying it, but the candle, her eyes are open, but I can't tell if she's aroused or uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm uncomfortable. Moving right along. Yes, one of my favorites, Grusvan Krampus. You see, while Santa wasn't popular during that time, Krampus most certainly was because of the German festival of Krampusnacht. Here in the USA, we have this traditional Thanksgiving Day parade that's centered around Santa Claus at Macy's. But back then, and I assume that the tradition is still alive today because I've seen live video coverage of it, is another more darker Phantasmagoria parade centered around Krampus. This is a fun one. He is gleefully shoving a child in his basket, and the other one, whom I can only assume is his sister, is just sitting there with a very unimpressed look on her face. And the kid's just like... And his sister is just...
Look at my face. Is my face bothered?
I saw Rachel Maxey's video about Victorian era Christmas cards, and this one was in her video, and it was one of my personal favorites. The child trying to eat a bushel of apples, and a goat pops his head through one of the fence posts saying, "I have come to greet you." And he is just not impressed. His face is just like, could you not? I do remember in Rachel's video, she photoshopped the goat to look like Black Phillip, and that scene and this card stayed with me for the rest of the days. Hello, my child. Dost thou wish to live deliciously? Oh hey, it's another Krampus card. The only way I can interpret this is Krampus is delivering his sack of naughty children to a Catholic priest. That would explain a lot, actually. You know, the more I think about it, the more disturbing it gets. I'll stop there. And you know, the real disturbing thing about this card is you look at the priest and then you look at Krampus. They're both really cartoonish looking. But you take a closer look at the kids' faces, they're all photo accurate. I don't know, to me that is the most disturbing thing about this Christmas card. This one really grossed me out. This one's really disturbing for me to look at, and I can't really even understand why. It is a humanoid turnip with a dandy man's head holding a heart-shaped vase with a flower in it, and the vase is engraved saying, "Merry Christmas to you." But the C is kind of cut off, and it just says Merry Christmas. I don't know, just one letter off can make a world of difference to a single word. Kind of sounds like a bodily dysfunction or something, like sciatica. Thanks, I hate it. I mean, what is that? Is that like a turnip? Or is it like a huge hornet's nest in the form of a person? Where is he even going? And what is he going to do with that vase with a flower in it? This raises more questions than a Christmas card should. Oh, this one is so disturbing, and it's one of my personal favorites. It's a child who wakes up in bed to find a monstrous Christmas pudding with bulging eyes and sharp teeth charging up at him to eat him in bed. Can you imagine that, like going to bed at Christmas Eve night, only to wake up at like 3:30 in the morning or whatever, and your sleep paralysis demon decides to take the form of a monstrous little Christmas pudding that you're supposed to be eating the next day? It's so horrifying, and that's why I love it. Although, to be perfectly honest, I really can't picture anybody on Christmas morning opening cards like this and being like, "Oh, how thoughtful." Oh, this one actually does have a depiction of Santa in it. Or maybe it's supposed to be Santa? I don't know. And he's talking on the telephone saying, "Hello, Merry Christmas." Although with that face, it looks more like he's saying, "Hello, Merry Christmas." Can you imagine some rando on Christmas morning calling you up like, "Yellow"?
Hello. Merry Christmas.
Robocall? Don't worry, I got an app for that. There are 3 possibilities of what this could mean, to me at least. None of them are good. Possibility 1. As each kid runs by, they are systematically adding to the snowman. Possibility 2. The snowman is building himself as each child walks by. Possibility 3. The snow is absorbing the children and using them to build itself. I swear, I'm an absolute joy to live with. This one is certainly interesting. It's a pine cone depicting Santa, and he's stuffing a smaller pine cone in his sack. Pine cone doesn't look too happy about it either. I'm kind of picturing this pine cone. I can't mimic this, but I'm picturing him having the same voice as Droopy the dog from that old cartoon, saying like, "But I don't want to go in the sack," in the same tone of voice you would use to complain about the vending machines not working. And Santa's just shoving him in there, singing the Gravity Falls task song, "Do do 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 do, putting you in the sack." This one really disturbs me, and I can't even explain why. The caption reads, "Let not roast beef be carelessly passed by. At Christmas hold him in esteem most high." So basically we have this short-ass dude with a human body, but roast beef as a head, and he looks super highfalutin. And of course we've got this maid here who looks a lot like Marie Antoinette, curtsying before the head of roast beef. Don't really know what to say about this one. And finally, it's this postcard-looking greeting called A Christmas Greeting. Yeah, I don't know. This picture is cute and wholesome in many other ways, except why is there a little girl poking her head out of the pie? Like, what exactly are the situations that led up to her being in the pie to begin with? I don't know. She got that side-eye game, though. Kind of makes me think of the story of Hansel and Gretel, except the witch successfully baked Gretel into a pie, and then the witch goes to set her down onto the table. Gretel pokes her head out from the pie, gives her this side-eye look like,
"Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
And with that, I think I've had enough weirdness for one day. I hope you enjoyed this new kind of video that I'm doing, and if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe, because every little bit really does help my channel, you guys. Also, I have a Patreon now, so that's fun. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and for watching. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a sweet New Year. Some of y'all might be wondering what the heck I'm doing with an old candlestick telephone, and all I can say is, I'm Seth. Just accept it.